Hey everyone, I had some people asking me how I do my mystery questions. So in my lectures that I pre-record for the kids, I usually have a mystery word or phrase that they have to type in before they can do the actual assessment. That stops them from just jumping right to the Google form and trying to complete it and then failing without actually going through the lesson. So I'm going to show you how I do that now. So I'm in Google Forms. I'm just going to type this assessment. You can add a description if you want. I always put my first question as, what is your first name? And I make that required. And then I add a question. Type it, what is your last name? Required. And then for my next question, that's where I'm going to ask them to put in the mystery phrase. So what was the mystery word? And then you can do this two ways. You can do it as a short answer question. That gets a little bit hairy because if they misspell it and you don't put in one of those misspelling as one of your answers, then it will kick them out. So I usually do it as a multiple choice. So my last mystery word was Cookie Monster. So I'm going to give them some bad options. So Big Bird, another one. Let's do Cookie Monster here. And then I'll do Oscar. Now, usually I'll add like 20 here so that they can't just guess and get it right. They actually have to kind of listen to it. So I make that required. Now here's where it gets a little hairy. So I'm going to create a new section with this tool right over here. When I do that, it gives me section 2 of 2. I'm going to title this, You Got the Question Wrong. Go back and listen again. So now I'm going to set it up so that this question brings them to here or a third section, which is where they get it right. You got it right. And then I would add my other questions down here. So like I could put in what note is this or whatever. What note is this? Just as an example. All right, so now I'm going to come back up here. When I come up here, do you see how it says after section 1, continue to next section? So I don't necessarily want that. So I'm going to click on the white box. And I'm going to click over here to these 3 dots. And then I'm going to go to section based on answer. When I click on that, it tells me, it brings this up here, and I can tell the computer where to send the kids, but depending on their answer. So Big Bird was a wrong answer. So I'm going to send that to, you got the question wrong, go back and listen again, section 2. Cookie Monster was the right one, so I'm going to send that question to section 3. Oscar was the wrong, so I'm going to put that to, you got the question wrong, listen again. So when they answer that wrong, if they answer it wrong, it will send them right to this section. If they answer it right, it will go to this section, which has the questions in it. Now this next step is important though, because when you go to after section 2, continue to the next section, if you don't turn this off, it will just allow them to go to section 3 anyway. So click here, and then when you click here, you can click submit form, and it won't allow them to do that next question. So they have to go back and do it, listen again. So now when I do this so that they don't just go back in and redo the form right away and get it right, I have it locked. So if I go up to my settings and I click on limit to 1 response, that will stop them from going back and submitting the form over and over again. I have to reset it at that point. So usually when they email me and say, hey, I can't do my form, I ask them what the mystery phrase was. And if they can't tell it to me, then I say, go back and listen again. And I make them do it until they actually go back and listen to the lecture. And then I hit save and to hit send, or I can attach the link by using this and copying that into my Google Classroom. So I hope this helps you. It's a really convenient tool to stop your kids from just trying to do that Google form without actually listening to the lecture. So hope it helps. Have a good one.